Star Wars Battlefront 2 is on an absolutely insane resurgence in popularity right now. In the hopes that Star Wars Battlefront 3 will get made, you are probably all very well aware of this current situation that's going on, so I am not going to talk you through all of this and what's happening because you've probably already seen it, you've probably been part of this movement already. But I did want to talk about it a little bit because A, I haven't done that yet, and B, I feel like there's something really important that some people haven't really spoken about regarding this situation, so I wanted to touch on that as well. But just to help put things in perspective, over this last weekend, Star Wars Battlefront 2 has reportedly peaked at over 300,000 concurrent players across all platforms, which is absolutely insane and means that there's easily over 1 million people playing it actively right now, which for a game that ended content support over 5 years ago now is absolutely insane. Since the game ended, it has still been pretty popular, but now it's up to sort of 2020 to 2021 numbers now, which is just mind-blowing. It also got to a point where the servers actually crashed for Star Wars Battlefront 2, which would not have happened in a very long time. Several DICE developers have actually spoken out recently as well, or former DICE developers I should say, saying that if Star Wars Battlefront 3 was to be made, they would love to come back and work on it. Some of these developers have even now founded their own studios and have said that they'd come back if it was possible, which I feel like is a real statement as to not only do the fans want it, but the developers themselves really want to come back to this franchise. And even huge outlets themselves are covering this now as well. Even EA F1 page covered the fact that Battlefront 3 is in demand, which is kind of strange to be honest. I wasn't expecting it from an official EA account, but it has happened and a number of big media outlets are covering it. So clearly there is attention there, and I honestly wouldn't be too surprised if within the next couple of weeks EA actually start discussing this internally. Perhaps Lucasfilm are thinking about this as well because they will absolutely be seeing what's going on. But what I think is absolutely imperative to this cause to make Star Wars Battlefront 3 happen is just this to actually be a prolonged event. We as fans who want Battlefront 3 cannot just stop after 1 to 2 weeks of playing again and wanting this to happen. We have to keep on going for probably a few months minimum, or maybe even longer, because whilst we have absolutely shown that demand is there, we have to absolutely prove that to be the case by playing this game and requesting it for a long time to come. Because at the end of the day, people like EA, whilst they might see this initial spike in demand, they will be looking for trends and longevity. And if they see that longevity is there, then at that point, that's when they might be convinced to start working on something. Because if we did stop playing this now after a week or two of requesting Battlefront 3, all that's going to happen is EA will probably be quite happy with the fact that they maybe made some more money off people buying the game. They'll be pleased with seeing the fact that Battlefront 2 is still popular, but that ultimately is about it. I think the chances at the moment will be fairly slim anyway because DICE and a number of other EA studios are fully focused on the Battlefield franchise. But in saying that, depending on how the launch of the next Battlefield goes, at that point maybe they should very much consider working on Battlefront 3, or EA should actually look at setting up a new studio with former Battlefront 2 veterans at the helm and actually just start working on a Battlefront 3 as of this year, even if just the pre-production phase especially. They don't have to make it a Battlefield clone. You know, they could turn the gameplay into something different. They can make a new game almost entirely, but it just has to happen at some point. The demand for a Battlefront 3 has been there since Battlefront 2 ended. There's been plenty of demand even for Battlefront 2 development to continue, or perhaps even remaster Battlefront 2 for the new generation consoles that will potentially release in a few years' time and then make a Battlefront 3 following that. There is just unlimited potential for a Star Wars Battlefront 3, and as many people have alluded to, there's been a lot left on the table for Star Wars Battlefront, especially with all the Star Wars content we've been receiving over the last 5 to 10 years. A lot of stuff is missing from Battlefront 2, like Ahsoka, Mustafar Ventress, Savage Opress, General Hux and Poe Dameron as heroes for the sequel trilogy era, countless new maps that could have been added from the likes of Andor or Kenobi or The Mandalorian. Din Djarin and Moff Gideon themselves as heroes could be added to the game. There is so much stuff that they could do, and Star Wars isn't going to slow down anytime soon, and with how much content that's been made lately, there is no reason for them to not have ideas that would take them onwards for years and years to come. I really do believe that a new Battlefront game is absolutely imperative to Star Wars multiplayer games and the future of Star Wars gaming in general. It's great getting all of these single player titles to see more story content and really just take your time and relax in these things, but Star Wars is an absolute goldmine for multiplayer, and the fact that no one's working on one right now, as we know, is absolutely absurd to me, especially for EA, who's been working on Star Wars titles for over 12 years now. It blows my mind that they are not touching on this right now. But ultimately, guys, the movement has to continue for a long time to come. We cannot stop now. We have to keep pushing forward. We have to keep pushing for weeks and weeks to come. I will look at making plenty more content on Star Wars Battlefront 2 moving forward, in the hopes that we may eventually get some news of Star Wars Battlefront 3. We as a community just have to keep on pushing, work together, keep spreading the word, and hopefully someday we will make it happen. It happened with Clone Wars Season 7 in the Star Wars franchise, so it's not impossible. But that is going to be it from me today, guys. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.